Revenge that tastes so good. The night smelled of rain and old promises. Promises that had been broken long before Amara understood how deeply betrayal could carve itself into the bones of the gentle-hearted. A thin mist curled over the city as if the sky itself were exhaling a tired breath. Raindrops glittered on the pavement, forming glistening reflections of passing headlights. It was the kind of night that felt heavy, the kind that pressed on the soul and whispered memories no one asked to remember. Amara stood beneath the marble archway of the Grand Aurelius Ballroom, the very place where her world had shattered 3 years earlier. She closed her eyes briefly, inhaling the faint notes of lavender from the garden beyond the hall. The air trembled with golden music drifting from the orchestra inside. Crystal chandeliers glowed like suspended lightning, their brilliance flooding through the tall glass windows. She tightened the soft black gown around herself and lifted her chin. Inside that ballroom sat the people who once applauded her brilliance, praised her kindness, and trusted her. And inside that ballroom stood the man who had taken all of it away. Kian Malik, her childhood friend, her rival, her betrayer. She took a slow step forward. The memory of the scandal washed over her like a cold wave, the shock on her face as the board announced her removal, the whispers slicing through her pride like sharpened paper, and the smirk Kian had tried to hide as she walked out. He thought she had been buried. But seeds flourish underground. Her heels clicked softly against the polished floor as she entered the ballroom. Conversations softened. Heads turned. A soft ripple of surprise traveled through the crowd. Someone whispered, "Is that Amara?" Another voice murmured, "I thought she disappeared." She didn't acknowledge them. Her eyes were focused solely on one person, Kian, standing near the stage with a wine glass in hand, ready to announce his leadership of the Malik Corporation, an empire partly built from the ashes of her downfall. When his eyes met hers, he froze. His wine glass slipped from his fingers and shattered on the marble. "You," he stammered, "you shouldn't be here." Amara stopped a few steps from him, her expression calm, precise, and devastating. "On the contrary," she said softly, "I should be at the very center of this stage." The murmurs grew louder. Reporters adjusted their cameras. Executives exchanged confused glances. Kian swallowed hard. "What do you want, Amara?" She lifted the small black bag she carried and pulled out a thick folder. 3 years of quiet work, timelines, documents, audio recordings, and written testimonies. "This," she said, handing the folder directly into the hands of a waiting journalist, "belongs to the public." The cameras clicked instantly, bright, sharp flashes that illuminated every tremor in Kian's face. "What is this?" he hissed. "Truth," she answered. "Every detail you buried, every lie you built, every piece of the story you twisted to destroy my name." Gasps spread across the ballroom. A reporter skimmed a page. "Is this evidence of internal tampering?" Another reporter spoke urgently. "This shows she was framed." More flashes, more whispers, more truth unraveling in real time. Kian's voice cracked. "You planned all this. You spent years on this." Amara stepped closer, her voice calm, steady, almost serene. "I didn't plan revenge," she said. "I planned my return. The rest, you brought on yourself." He exhaled shakily. "Amara, listen." "No," she replied gently. "You listened to greed. You listened to ambition. You listened to every voice except the one inside your conscience." Security approached. "To be continued, watch out."